Okay. Welcome to the Divine Healing Channel. I just want to, I literally, I am still in my coat. Like, look, I'm still wearing my, sorry, I think I lost it. I'm still wearing my coat. I still have my boots on even. Like, I still am wearing my boots. And honestly, it was so incredibly insane. My walk today. I didn't even clean up from last night. Like I just left like the decks. Like see, I'm cleansing them. This is the one I used, and then this is the one and I didn't even get it cleaned up yet. And I was they were giving me so many downloads, and they had me like flipping around in my book again. Like remember I was telling you about this book that I've been using? Well, there's so many messages that because they would make me write things down like elephant and journey under perseverance, and I had no idea what they were talking about. And then today they elaborated on it, and then they had me like write all these words down a few days ago, and I didn't know what that meant. And then I just randomly wrote the word Carol, and again I had no idea what that meant. They keep bringing up the leg, they keep doing all this stuff, so they're bringing up like the dog leash, and then again it was about her leg. It was really getting on my nerves. So anyway, I'm just gonna get ready, and I'm going to cleanse the space and get myself a cup of tea and just do some human things. And I'm going to be back with a better video. And also, remember I was telling you about the angel wings? I actually do have a video of that. And I forgot to add it into the video when it referred to the angel wings. So I'm going to insert that into this video today. So you'll be able to see what I was seeing. And, oh, it was so amazing. Anyway, so I'll be back. Welcome back to the Divine Healing Channel. I left off kind of abruptly and I never came back, but they were talking about, see how it looks like the wings see that? Do you see it? They wanted me to show you so that you would understand what I was talking about. So it's cool, right? Anyway, I'm going to get right back into this reading. Okay, everyone, I am back. Welcome in. I have some pretty important messages that are going to come through, I guess. They're, wow, I'm going to tell you, it's been a whirlwind. I got quite a bit of sleep last night, and I got to sleep in a little bit this morning, and I went out again for my nature walk. And I was just, like, I've been having questions, right? So, just like you, like, I question everything. And, I was asking questions, and so when I was in my meditation on my favorite rock in the woods, well, it's not a rock, it's a big boulder, but I sit there and I do meditations on it, and I got some downloads, and I don't really know where to begin. Anyway, I did do a little video of where I can see, like when they had that night that they had me set this up, and I didn't know how to set this up. This was them. They're just like, oh, well, let's put this here and do this here and do that there. And I'm like, okay. And they made me remove all a bunch of stuff. And they had me set it on this little thing that I have that lights up. They're asking me to turn it on, actually. But I'm just like, oh, is that going to be weird? And I didn't know how it was going to be in the video. But then it had like that beam that was going up. And then the next video was the angel wings. And oh, they're back, I think. Yeah, I think they're back. I don't know how like it happens, but it's just so incredibly amazing. And so I do have a video that you get to see my perspective that will be put in this video, actually, because I forgot to do it in the last one. Or I guess I could put it in the another one. Anyway, I'll put it in this one. But they said then they want me to talk about the not the perseverance, sorry. That's what they want me to talk about. They want me to talk about, the angel light. Yeah, in the video that I was going to do the video, and the perspective. So they said that they wanted you to see my perspective. And then they wanted me to talk about how everybody has a perspective. And you see things differently than I see things. You experience things different than how I experience things, and it's meant to be that way because it's all about our DNA. And that's, yeah. And then there was a big message about the DNA. it was, again, they keep going on about the water, and they were talking about how water was the key, because they were talking about, remember that dragon? It came out with that dragon, and the dragon was holding the key, and I couldn't remember what that dragon was. And I think I was going to look that up. I meant to look that up before I did this video, because I'm pretty sure that dragon was a water dragon, but now I'm not sure. Shoot, I should have checked that. You know what? That's okay. I will go back and check it, and then I will say what dragon that was, but I'm pretty sure it was the water dragon. Anyway, so they kept going on about the dragon, and then I was like, I had this like big flush of energy coming through, and I was like, I was in front of my sister, and I was taking like these big breaths, and then I was like, you know how when you let your hands and your arms just like fly out of you, and I was just let my hands go like that down by my sides, and it was like the energy, it felt like this energy was just flowing right off of my hands and then coming up like a wave and coming right back onto me again. But they said it wasn't the energy, it was a reference for me, it was a reference of water again. And it triggered that thing that they told me, they were talking to me about in the woods, and I couldn't remember what that was when I got back. And I actually was starting the video, and I was wearing my coat and my boots and everything. And then I was like, okay, I got to get comfortable and get this going here, because, and then they were just like, I said, well, what do you want me to do? And they're like, okay, just write all this stuff down. And I know I'm talking really fast because I'm really, really excited. And like they were getting me to do things, and I'll go back and explain it all later, but they were getting me like, they had me write down perseverance, and then underneath elephant and journey. And then I would go away from it, and then they had me come down here, and then they said, put this with like church for godly people. And then they made me write all this, which I'll talk about later. And then I came back, and they had me write these other little things here. And then like, this is this page. So this page has taken me 3 days. These have been messages that I've been getting, and I've been writing these down. And now they said it's complete for me to explain to you, and it's all from the top to the bottom. So it's really quite amazing. Yeah, they want me to talk about the milk, and this again is for the people that, the people that really know the Bible, the people that go to church. It's about the milk and honey that they talk about in the Bible. They want me to talk about that again. They want me to bring, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I don't know anything about where it says in the Bible about milk and honey, but they did discuss that, and I don't know what that is. So anyway, it's somebody that is coming through that knows a lot about the Bible, I guess. I don't know much about it, so I'm just following their lead now. And then they wanted me to talk about, because I had a little bit of a meltdown today. I was like, I let things like my emotions kind of get away from me. So they now want me to discuss that and talk about that. And, I don't like talking about that stuff because, it's, not that so much that it's personal, but it's like, it's a teaching moment is what I keep getting. And I keep seeing the words, raise your crystal vibrations. Love your chakras. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so I don't know what that was. That kind of took me off my book here. And then they wanted me to, it's something about about the birds. They wanted me to explain about the birds again. Yeah, and the chakras. Yeah. So, Spirit, where do you want me to begin here? Because it is a lot of information going on. Okay, they want me to bring out some cards here. And then they want me to, and this again is for, so I guess I'm going to start for people for the church that are in the church, because this message has been something that's been brewing for a few days. So I want to get that out of the way so I can go on with my reading. All right, okay, yes. All right, I got to center here. Hold on, I need to center first. All right, they did ask me to bring up this deck, and I did cut it. And I cut it on butterfly, which butterfly is a transformation. So it says a change for the better. Yeah, change for the better. And then I split it on December. And we are in December, so I thought that was kind of cool. And that's where, yeah, because it's blustery, and it looks like snowflakes too. And it's an angel. Oh yeah, I'm going to do the angel video. That's funny. Okay, so yeah, and there was like we were having snowflakes today too, so that was kind of cool. In April, something new is going to be budding in April. Yeah, and they talked about that too. They talked about, I think it was in my last video, I brought up something about explosion. They said they're going to explain that in this one. So, oh, and then harp. I don't know what is up with harp, but that just kind of flew out here. But a great happiness, spirit. Okay, so spirit has been like, that's why they're so excited. And I'm picking up their energy because they're like, oh, finally we're connecting. Finally, we're getting this message out. Finally, people are going to have this like how-to. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So this is, it says it's important to everyone. It is important to everyone because we are all so connected. Oh my. And then they really insisted that, I didn't even realize that I was drawn to wear the blue today, but we're going to be talking about water yet again. They seem to make me wear blue when it comes to water. Oh, I forgot about my stick here. Holy moly. I mean, I got so much information coming through me at once here. Okay. It's crackling. Can you hear it? Okay. It was crackling 3 or 4 times here. I call upon universe consciousness of the highest realms for the highest good of humanity to work through me. Allow me the privilege to channel for only the purest light of source. Allow me to channel in a way that also serves my highest good. I ask the universe protection from negative energies, and I call upon Mother Earth Gaia to ground me and connect to source through me. And you know, they were reminding me while I was reading that. That's why I got a little distracted. They were reminding me of like, have you noticed that like I use Palo Santos like every day, literally every day. And I have not once have one of these other than, no, I did once at my daughter's house last year, a year ago, that the end of it exploded. It exploded and fell apart. Oh, that's funny why you reminded me of that. Because that's back to that explosion thing again. Okay, so that's another reference to an explosion. And the wood, it literally did. It exploded, and it actually burnt her area rug. Okay, so, oh yes. Okay, hold on. They're giving me, they want me to do something here, to write down so that I don't get, okay, yeah. What was that again? Oh, shoot. Oh, the proof, yes. Okay, they keep talking about the proof. Okay, the proof, and I'll know what the proof is. Okay, yes, I do know what the proof is. Okay, so, was I talking about, Spirit, when you cut me off? The explosion, yeah. So that's another reference. So that's another reference. So I'm going to put another line. So that's, they talked about explosion. I brought up the explosion in the last video, I think, which I didn't air yet. And then now, yeah, they want to talk about the explosion. They want to talk about that. They're saying, like, did you notice that, for me, this is for me, not you, that like I actually brought out a different stick because I couldn't get this after this one did that crackling thing. It wouldn't really burn anymore, and I don't know why. And I've always been able to burn them to the nub, like literally to the nub. And this one was crackling in there, and it crackled like 3 or 4 times. So I'm hoping that the microphone picked that up. But they mentioned to me, well, did you notice that all the times, the whole year or so that you've been using these, not once have they ever crackled, other than the one that exploded? And I was like, oh yeah, and that's what reminded me of the explosion. But yeah, they have never crackled for me, and I don't know why that's happening now. They said they do. Oh, because you're talking about how the multidimensional beings are coming in. They said yes, the multidimensional beings are able to come in because I've reached new heights in my ascension. and I'm able to connect with them, and they want to show you that you can do the same as me. And they want to talk about my disability. They wanted to say that even though in the card came up in a reading there not long back that said something about physical limitations, and they were talking about me, about my spinal problems, and how it's created this big physical barrier in my life, and a lot of pain and suffering I've had to go through because of it. And they're saying how, that's me moving the camera, they're saying how that oh my spirit, they're saying that no matter what your strifes are, like if you even have a physical limitation, or you have an emotional or mental condition, and they're saying like mental conditions are not what they're trying to make them out to be. So, but we're not going to touch base on any of that, because we're here for healing. We're not here to look in the past. We're not here to look at our feet. We're here to raise our heads. Like they said, you just lift your head up and you look forward. You look around for those numbers. You look around for those certain animals that keep reappearing in your life. And like for me, I have like, it was weird because like that elephant that keep coming out in the card, and I didn't know what that meant. And then like I actually did a card that says elephant, and they wanted me to talk about that as well, because that has to do with our journey and our ancestry and all of that. They want to talk about all of that. So they're asking me right now to, do you want to do the reading first and then talk about this? They said yes, because what they're going to do is they're going to, just keep hearing the word proof. They want to change people's minds. And that's why when it came out with December, and I'm like, is that why you're using December? Because what did I write about December? I can't recall what that is now. So I did talk about the physical limitations. Yeah, okay, yeah, because I did touch base on that. Okay, so they did want me to talk about just to get past it. I did mention about how they had said that they were hiding me and that they had stuffed me into a family. I had been asking questions about that, and I kept going to the word stash. Like, you mean like, and they're just like, today they're in my meditation, they're like, no, stuffed. And they showed me a teddy bear, and it had a big filled belly of stuffing. And I'm like, so you stuffed me inside of a large family? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, and why is that? And they said, because I would get lost within that family, and being lost in that family was what was keeping me protected. Even though I feel like a lot of bad things have gone on in my life, and they truly have, and they're not diminishing those, they're saying that it was to make me look like everyone else. I don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, they were saying that when I was asking about stash, they were saying that because there was lots of chaos and trauma in my family, and my mother, and it keeps going on about my mother. And it was talking about how yeah, and a thing came up about my father, and I don't remember what that was about. I forgot about that one. He came through, and I didn't know that until today. He came in and left a message. And I think that could be the reference of the bear, because he wanted me to talk about the family a little bit. And I really didn't want to touch base on that because, okay. So, okay, I'm not going to talk about that yet. They said that's a proof thing. They did want me to talk about, I can't remember. Yeah, I think this was my father. He was talking about, that it was their way, and see how, like, okay, this symbol, for people that go to church will know what that symbol is, but, or they know a lot about the Bible, whatever, people will know what that symbol is, but I know it's messy, but I just happened to randomly do that to show my sister something, and they now want me to show that to everyone. That's what they're saying. They want me to show this to everyone and then talk about it. But before that, let me just get this thought out. And they were talking about how it was easy to hide me in a big family. And see, I even wrote the word like not stuffed, stash. And then I came back and wrote teddy bear under it. And I had written eyes over here, and then I circled it, and I didn't know what the eyes meant. But they were saying, I even talked about it in a video that they had me do a card, and it was called Private Eyes. And it's actually a song, and the song goes, they actually sang it, like they had me like sing the jingle. So it went, private eyes watching you, watching your every move. And I'm like, who's watching? Who was watching me? Like as a child, like who was watching me? And then they had me circle eyes and draw a line and led me to the symbol. And then now they want me to go talk about that symbol. So, yeah, so big family, the chaos, the trauma. It was easier to hide and stuff me, like being stuffed like inside of a bear, because I do come from a very, very large family with a lot of trauma and chaos in it. So, okay, so they want me to show you how I got this symbol. And they said this is going to be also a symbol. It's going to be, somebody asked for something. Somebody will be asking for this as some kind of proof or something. Anyway, so they want me to show you. I don't know if this is being recorded. I don't know if you can see. Okay, I'm just going to move some stuff here and move it a little bit. Look, the harp keeps coming out. Something about music. Great happiness. They are very happy about these messages finally coming out. They said for all this time, they said all this time they've been waiting, and all this time, all these lifetimes. So I think they're talking about how maybe I reincarnated so many times, but this is actually, I did what I was supposed to do. And this is the message. I'm supposed to be bringing something about Christ consciousness, because Jesus, that was them that stepped in here to this reading. So this is what he had me do. They were like, here, just start here and then do that. So I did. And then they said, just come over on this side. Obviously, I'm not very coordinated because I'm trying to show you, right? So let me just bring it over this way. So maybe it'll make it comfortable for me. Plus you can see. So then they had me take the pen. I was showing my sister and go like this. And they said, what does that look like? Oh, I was off. Sorry, Spirit. They said they got the picture though, because it's on the other page. So that's what they were saying. So these eyes were leading and to this symbol. They wanted me to see the symbol. They just want me to show you the symbol of how I got it. It was this, because I think I even talked about this. Did I talk about this? Did I already talk about this? They said, yes, you did talk about it, but you didn't show anybody. I said, okay. So then they're saying how, so over here, like this is where they had me do it, because after that reading, I was telling you about, they had me do that and how I looked it up and what it was all about. So he was saying, and see, this symbol has been kind of, I keep getting that in my mind's eye and spirit. Before I did any of these, the Kundalini Journey thing, they wanted me to put this on the wall here, like where I have this. They wanted me to draw that on the wall, and I'm like, I can't draw on the wall. I don't want to draw on the wall. I don't think I should draw on the wall. And I was telling my sister about it yesterday because she was like, what are you talking about? So I showed her with the stone. I went and I got the stone. I said, this is what Jesus had me do last night after I had that big cramp in my leg, that one. He said, I was just kind of laying down and I was trying to walk it off and I was trying to, use some ice. I was just trying to do all my things because I'm not allowed to get like the medication I need because our government here decided that people like me that have chronic pain, that have nerve pain, that we don't deserve medication from our family doctors anymore. Yeah, no joke. It's a thing. Anyway, so I had to learn. It took me like almost 3 years to learn to live without any pain medication. So it was like I had to relearn to live all over again. It was really hard. You have no idea the pain that I go through. And anyone that has nerve pain or suffers any kind of injuries, they know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so off of that. So I was showing my sister, and that's where I was showing it her here, like, because I kept redoing it, thinking like, oh, that was just a fluke. And they're like, do it again then. I did it again. And then he's like, do it again. I'm like, okay, I'll do it again. And then, so yesterday, this page yesterday, this was blank. This page was blank. So I was telling my sister about it, and she's like, what are you talking about it? What are you talking about? So I came and I got my stone and I got my pen and I did it here in the middle of the page for her. And then since then, I've been like putting all this stuff, and then they're like, yeah, now draw a line from the eyes up to the symbol. And I'm like, okay. And I did. And then they're telling me that they hid me in the chaos of all within all the trauma, because it was easier to hide me in a big family with all that stuff going on, because they were always watching me. And that's why they were saying private eyes were always watching you. They were watching my every move. And you know what's weird? I have a story I can tell you. They don't want me to talk about that right now. But they do want me to write that down. They want me to, no, okay. They don't want me to talk about, they want me to write it down. But they don't want me to talk about that today. New page? Yes, they said new page. Okay. So I'm going to bring that over here then. Yeah. Okay. So, so the story about, okay, I'll know what that is about. All right. Okay, I won't forget that. Okay, I won't forget. Okay, so that's what they do. See, this is the beginning. See, and I started a page here, and then it's blank on this side, and I started a page here. Now, I'm like going to be doing things for that it's going to be talked about in the future. I'm telling you, this is going to blow your mind. You have no idea how much this is blowing my mind. I can't even tell you how much. So we're back on the fish. We're still on the fish. Okay, so I looked it up. And like I said in the previous video, I looked it up, and they had me write through this. I'm like, oh yeah, but you're writing through the symbols. But they're trying to show you these are the symbols that they're talking about. These are the things that they're talking about. And then they had me write, through Jesus is the way. And they said that is for the people that go to church and that are so into the Bibles. This message is for them. Through Jesus is the way. And it doesn't matter what religion you are, they said. Because they said, that's why they were bringing about heartbreak and tears over the religions. Because they said that the religions were meant to separate us. Attack and separate. That's why they're talking about that card, attack and separate. That's why I saw the word attack and separate. And it was in a card that I had. A little birdie told me, oh my Jesus Spirit, you're blowing me away. Because in my deck, a little birdie told me, and see how this came up out of control. Now they want me to move on to that. So, okay. So this is for the churchgoers. They said, go so they don't, so they wanted me to talk about people that go to church, because some people go to church but they don't truly believe, and they go to church because it's like it's a just in case kind of thing. And they say that the churchgoers, they go so they don't go to hell. It's like a safe fail is what they're calling it. Jesus is calling it a safe fail. So if you fail at life, you feel like you're going to be safe in the afterlife. But the problem is, your soul lives forever, and you will not go to hell. Earth is hell because it has not been taken over by God. But it's going to be. Okay, so they don't go because they truly believe. Yeah, that's what they had me write. Okay, so I talked about the family. I talked about the church. This symbol was important for people that go to church, and I don't know what that was about. They don't want me to talk about that. Oh, they did want me to talk about the acceptance. Oh, no, that was yeah, no, I'm done that, yeah. Oh, they did want me to briefly talk about vain, though, because I didn't want to talk about it in the last video, but they did bring out a card about being vain. And I said I didn't want to talk about that, but they just said they just want to be that as another reminder. That card came out about vain, and now they want to talk about vain. But they said that vain is... when people are vain and they only think about like how pretty somebody is or what kind of clothes they wear or what kind of car they drive or house they live in, when people are vain in that respect, it's because they really truly have a lot of insecurities, is what I was told. Now, don't you blame me. I'm not the one that, and I didn't want to talk about vain because I'm going to tell you, because I thought they were talking about me actually, because when I was younger, I was very vain. I didn't want to get older. I really was upset about that. I stopped counting birthdays. I don't celebrate my birthday. That's all my vanity. That's my vanity. And I thought they wanted me to talk about my vanity, and I didn't really want to because, well, it's being vulnerable to strangers basically. But they said, you're so knee deep now. What are you worrying about now? I'm so knee deep. There you go, about the leg again. Stop the leg. Oh, look, and it's right there about the leg. Oh, my spirit. At real time. Yeah, they're not kidding. Because this... See how they do it? And they're trying to show you the synchronicities. Yeah. Yeah. And see, this was done on the 3rd. And I did a video, which obviously this is the 4th now. But they do want me to talk about the DNA and the mother. And then they did, and that's why they said, and I kept saying like about the mother and the daughter, they kept talking, that kept coming up over and over about the ladybug and whatnot. But yet you'll notice when I would say the mother, if you're reincarnated here to be mother, daughter, and father. And I didn't know why I kept saying father. And then I was sitting in my meditation and I was like, oh, was the ancestor my father? And then I heard a chuckle, and it explains it because I didn't know what ancestor this was. And now that explains it because he was a very cynical person. He was a very cynical man. And he was forced to go to church. Oh my God. Oh my God. My sister's going to understand this video because her and I had a conversation once. And I hope she... Okay, they're telling me to use the name Susan. Okay, Susan. Or Sue. Betty Sue. Cindy Lou Who. What? Stop. They're just making me say weird things. Okay, they're just making fun of me. They're tormenting me. Sorry. Okay, stop doing that. I think that's my father doing that. Oh, I just heard the jig is up. They didn't want to tell me who it was. That was him. That brought out that message about the Bible thumpers. That was him. Oh my Jesus, he just had me tell a secret. Oh. Okay. Well, that's kind of mind-twisting and mind-blowing. That's why my father was the way he was. Because when we were growing up, he was very like, you couldn't walk around in just your pajamas. If you were a female, you had to wear a robe. You had to be like completely covered. Like there was none of that. No. You were not allowed to just walk around in your little pajamas. The girls always had to have a robe. Mom always made sure we had robes to fit us because Dad was very, very adamant about that. And I wonder if that's why. I heard yes. Okay, there we go. So there's a little family. Oh, that's why they want me to talk about family. Okay, well, there you go. His secret is out. Okay, because they keep going on about the generation and the generational curses, but they don't want to talk about that. That's for a later video. Oh my Jesus. Okay, another page. See, I learned about all this stuff. And see, and that's another story they want me to talk about. Because I actually, oh, that's where they want me to bring out my old journals. Yes. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to put down here old journals. Because they were in my mind's eye. They keep bringing in my mind these books here. Oh my God, they're heavy. Oh, they're jammed in here. But there's these, like, on a Costco trip, and so I've been journaling in some of them, and you know, just here and there, like, I mean, not a lot, but this book I guess is fairly full, but anyway, so not so much. But this one, I don't think there's much in this one either. This one, I think I just started this one because it was like sleeping. This is my sleep journal ones. But see, the thing is, I haven't really been doing a lot of dreaming, and that's really weird. I found that very strange for me but they keep telling me, don't worry about that, though they know that I have been, because that's how I've always connected with them. But they said they had to do it that way because they could only reach me in my sleeping dreams, because in the daytime they didn't want me to be acting out and spewing things. But they said even though I spewed things, and I did talk about that, how things used to ooze out of me, people would see my psychic abilities every once in a while, and then I would have to rein that all back in. Oh my goodness, my dog. Okay, hold on. Nuke.